let's do some skincare. I've actually made a few changes to my routine lately that I feel like I've finally decided are permanent going forward. I'm gonna use the Anua Heartleaf Cleansing Oil. Whenever it gets colder out, my skin gets so incredibly reactive. Literally one gust of wind from the wrong direction at the wrong temperature, my skin just gets really sensitive. I literally get windburn so easily. I live in Vancouver and it's generally pretty mild weather, but now that I know that winter is coming, I like to prepare my skin and just start to get it used to certain products beforehand. I'm not going to wait for it to have a bad reaction before I change things. I'm going to change things now to give it a better shot. Skin Fix Foaming Oil Cleanser. Change number 1 is to stick to primarily hydrating cleansers, whether it's morning, night, after wearing makeup. Making sure that my skin isn't stripped or overly dry is key as I get into the colder weather. The second thing I'm going to be changing is exfoliation. I usually use the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta peel pads, the ones in the orange box. Even though my skin is pretty used to them, they are pretty harsh, and with my skin being more sensitive now, I feel like it's going to be a good idea for me to switch to something a little bit more gentle. The Paula's Choice 6% mandelic acid and 2% lactic acid is a really good gentle alternative. I've used this before. I absolutely loved it. So this one is going back in the rotation. Dr. Dennis Gross is going out. I'm from Mugwort Essence. This one was on sale for Prime Days, and even though I have, I think, 2 in my backup, I ordered 2 more because I go through this like crazy. Whenever I see a good deal on it, I'm gonna get it. Murad Cellular Hydration Repair Serum. Yes, it's Arousalo night. This is still a staple for me on Arousalo nights. I feel like it has made a big difference with preventing irritation and just helping to protect my barrier. Serums are something that I actually don't use that often in my routine. When I'm using Arousalo, I will use this Murad serum, and in the mornings I will use a vitamin C serum. There are other serums that I've used and I really like the Prequel Multi-Quench Serum and the Purito Unscented Centella Serum. Both of these are really good. My skin likes them. I just don't reach for them that much because the benefits that I get from these kind of serums, I feel like I already get it in the rest of my skincare. So sometimes it feels a little bit redundant. I obviously have used this and I really like it. I still do use it sometimes. It's just that neither one of these are a permanent fixture in my routine. As always, just letting this dry down before I move on to Arousalo. You can see a few little breakouts that I have here. Time for Arousalo. Just taking a big pea size amount, as always. I take that much. I like to dot it around my face to make sure that I get an even distribution. Still keep it away from my chin just to make sure that I don't trigger my perioral dermatitis. As always, let this dry down. I honestly give it anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes just to give that Arousalo a chance to absorb into the skin and I don't just end up mixing it into my moisturizer. This stuff is so good. For moisturizer, I'm going to use the Anua Intense Calming Cream. This is one of my favorite moisturizers in general, but especially in the wintertime and cold weather. This one has helped me so much whenever I get windburn or irritation. It's in my permanent rotation and I'm almost out of it again. Skincare done. Any questions, let me know in the comments.